Good morning and welcome to another episode of Morning Market Call. I'm your host, Joel Toby, and with me is Ben Meadowcroft.
Hi, Joel.
Ben, welcome.
Thanks.
All right, so Ben, you recently accepted an offer at VMware as a product manager. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I asked Ben to come on today's episode because I think there's a lot of MBA students here that still scratch their heads and ask, what is a product manager? And so I've asked Ben, the expert, to come and tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay. Well, a product manager, you know, kind of the stereotypical term is that they're the CEO of the product. And really, you know, the product manager's role is to get the engineering team and the marketing team and everyone kind of firing in the same direction. You know, really, and also, you know, they're the link between the engineering team and the business function and the customer. You know, the product manager is someone who's out there talking to customers, finding out what their issues are, kind of understanding that and then translating it to the engineering team so that they can be building things that are solving customers' problems.
Okay, so it sounds like you know, marketing classes and marketing emphasis in MBA is great. Is a great way to go towards product management because you're talking with the customers. Is there anything else that would be required for a product manager?
Well, I think product manager is really quite a broad role, and you can come at it from you know, various different angles. A lot of people, you know, like myself, for example, have an engineering background. You know, I was a software engineer for several years, and you know, led teams that were doing the development of new products. And so, you know, for someone with that background, you know, coming in, taking the marketing classes, understanding more about, you know, that interaction with the customer, understanding what the customer really wants, you know, are really valuable. And you know, so that's definitely one route to it. Another route to it, a lot of people come more from, you know, having been the customer of a lot of these companies, and then coming from that route, and then, you know, taking that knowledge about the customer situation, and then learning about the engineering side of things on the job and how to communicate with engineers. So you can come at it from a couple of directions.
Okay. Now, for those that know brand management, product marketing, how does this all fit in with that? Okay,
well, you know, typically brand management, you associate that with consumer product goods. You know, big CPG companies is a defined role there. Product management, I'm most familiar with it in the technology industry, you know, the tech industry. And there, the product manager is really the person who's driving the feature set of the products, who's taking input from engineering, input from the customers, and you know, saying, okay, this is what our next release of the products are going to be, and driving that forward. And so, kind of the difference between product management and product marketing in a tech company, and it varies depending on the company. So this isn't, you know, the one true definition. But you know, the way I've seen it is, you know, the product manager is more dealing with the inbound side of marketing with the customer. So learning about the customer, finding out what their issues are, and then developing things to meet those. Product marketing is really, once the product is kind of there, is taking that feature set and, you know, those customer issues that the product manager is kind of telling you that this product is solving, and figuring out how to push that out to the market, what channels to use to communicate that to the customers.
Cool. Now, on LinkedIn, there is a group that that I'm a part of. It's the Networking Product Management Group, and they have an interesting discussion that's been popular the past month or so, titled, "Why Do Engineers Hate Marketing?"
Okay.
It says, everyone knows that engineers and marketers mix like oil and water. Is that true?
Oh, okay. I think if you think of the stereotypical marketer and the stereotypical engineer, you know, there may be that dynamic, you know, the person who only cares about the engineering.
Like the Dilbert or the...
Yeah, you know, who doesn't really care about the customer side of things. On the other hand, you know, the marketer who really doesn't care about how it's implemented, you know, doesn't have any appreciation for that at all. So if you deal with those two, you know, stereotypes where one doesn't really understand the other, there's going to be conflicts. Now, kind of in my experience, you know, a lot of the best engineers and a lot of the best marketers, you know, kind of understand each other a little bit more than that. You know, the best engineers, they want to do stuff that makes an impact in people's lives, and so they want to have an understanding of the customer and appreciate the, you know, the role of marketing. And the same with marketing as well. You know, they want to, you know, be able to appreciate what engineering are doing. You know, a lot of innovation comes from engineering teams, and you know, a marketer, you know, has to be able to understand how they can harness that and how they can position that to the customers, and you know, be successful that way. And so, yeah, there can be conflicts if you know, if they kind of want to stick to their own separate silos. But I think that for any successful organization, you know, wants to bridge those two together and, you know, deliver excellent products that the customers want. And I think that's a win-win for both groups.
Great. Well, Ben, that about wraps it up for today. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise and insight into the product manager role, and for all those BYU MBA students out there wanting to pursue that. It's a great career, and Ben's a great role model for all of us. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to check us out at morningmarketcall.org.
MMC is brought to you by the Marriott School of Management in association with the Brigham Young University Department of Communications. MMC is made possible by a generous donation from Larry Tasjan and Gary Williams, and is produced by Rhett Weller, Todd Castagna, Mason Chen, Joel Tovey, and Sabrina Beck, with line producing by Kika Latu. For more information, find us on our Facebook and Twitter or at morningmarketcall.org.